Donald Trump now looking forward to a return to the White House. While the race between Mr. Trump and Vice President Harris went late into the night, it was far from a repeat of the 2020 election that took days to reach a result. In fact, many of the swing states that were critical for both candidates leaned to the right early and stayed that way.
Let's get right to Eyewitness News reporter Lauren Glassberg, who's in the newsroom with the very latest. Lauren.
David and Sandra, Donald Trump is the first president in 100 years to retake the White House after losing it. Democrats failed for the second time in 8 years to get a female candidate elected to the country's top job. President-elect Trump successfully tapped into the American psyche with the idea that life was better when he was in power, and he would make life better again.
This was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal.
A little after 2 a.m., Donald Trump claimed victory, a comeback for a convicted felon, with important swing states like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Georgia swinging his way. Voters preferring Trump to Kamala Harris, a Democratic vice president who only entered the race in July. Harris still hasn't conceded and didn't address her supporters at Howard University last night.
She will be back here tomorrow to address not only the HU family, not only to address her supporters, but to address the nation. So thank you. We believe in you.
Harris campaigned to bring back joy, turn the page on a decade of Trump, restore democracy and reproductive rights. Candidate Trump vowed to deport immigrants, fix the economy, and make America great again, a populist message that succeeded.
I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have.
And he helped flip the Senate from Democrat to Republican. And if the House remains in Republican control, that would pave the way for more of Trump's agenda to become law.
Many people have told me that God spared my life for a reason. And that reason was to save our country and to restore America to greatness. And now we are going to fulfill that mission together.
Now, Trump won both the popular vote and the Electoral College last night. That is something he was not able to do in 2016. And he has said that once in office, he would immediately fire Special Prosecutor Jack Smith, thereby ending the federal cases against him, including the case involving his efforts to overturn the 2020 election results on January 6. We expect to hear from Vice President Kamala Harris at 4 this afternoon.